Okay, so here's our wood cut to size. There's plans on the internet. We've used the the standard size plywood cuts that are for the Rostock. And yeah, so we've got the wood. We're just next going to draw the holes, and then we should have something that resembles a printer very soon. Alright, now we're at the stage of doing basically a mock-up of our Rostock. We're actually got our pieces of wood here, and they are ready to go. Got drill holes ready, and yeah, eventually we're going to stain this wood, but tonight we're just going to put a mock-up together. We also have our motors have come in, and our motors are the NEAM 17s, but we made sure that we had dampers on them, which is explained in our BOM. And we've got 4 stepper motors, NEAM 17s there as well. 1 for the extruder and 3 for the arms of the Rostock. Yeah, so we're going to put that together. Oh, we've also printed extra feet, and these feet would just give us a little bit of more of a clearance at the bottom, so that we can fit our electronics under and have like a nice clean finish. And yeah, so I'm going to do a mock-up now, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so here we are with our 2 mock-ups of the structures. I'll briefly go over it, but the next video they'll be a little more complete. The reason we've mocked them up is we're actually going to stain this wood, this ply, make it look a bit more presentable. So tonight was really just getting the pieces in place to see what we're dealing with. And here we are. So basically we went a bit longer with the stainless steel poles. Just again, we went to 800. I think it's 30 mils longer than what is called for on most other Rostocks. We did that so that we could have that clearance at the bottom. Like I said before, just to give us room for electronics, and that may even be enclosed with eventually. I may enclose that here, print some walls or something at the bottom. Don't know. But yeah, here's our skeletons, and I've completed. Stuck the bearings on, slipped the bearings on. Now that we're going the printed ones over the metal ones. A few are a little tight, which will lubricate obviously, but also dropping a little bit of acetone in there should loosen them, and of course breaking them in on a few prints. But just putting them on, some of them are really well, they've got a bit of give in them already, which is pretty cool. Some of them don't. And also on the top here, which I don't think I've shown you yet, is a mount for the filament rolls that we have. Now, these were modified off a file, but what these allow us to do is there'll be a hole here in the top. Depending on the roll, because there's lots of different roll sizes in filament, we'll be able to just move that, and then we won't have to, we'll still have our filament dropping straight down. We won't have to mount it on the side or anything like that. So yeah, pretty simple design. There's not even a screw between them. It's just printed, and we just melted the ends so they can't move with the 608 bearings. And yeah, so there's the top coming down. This one actually has end stops on there. And here's an example of the bearing which is going to hold the fishing reel. Shore coming down. And here's our first carriage assembly, I'd say. Good thing you call it. We're not sure yet if it's right way up. Seems like it is, because the screw, don't want it to be hitting. If it's this way, it should be fine. Anyway, as I said, it's just a mock at the moment. But yeah, that's all put together. So we're getting movement that we want in the arm there. And then, of course, that goes down into the hot end. and there'll be 2 more of those, but it's a bit of a tedious process getting those screws in, so for now we've just done that. But yeah, coming in later we'll have them all done. And so yeah, that will come on down to the mount where our hot end is. And the hot ends actually did arrive. Our Merlin hot ends. They're quite nice, but we'll go through that later. We'll go through those later in the video. And yeah, of course, then all we've got to do is obviously mount the motors, but the next step would probably be staining the wood so that we can build this structure properly, not have to rip it down again, and also measuring now what on the sides and where we'll have the ply that goes down the sides, which we haven't measured yet. So we'll have ply running down one side and on the other side as well, because as it is right now, it's got a bit of flex in it, which we don't want. Okay, so that's pretty much where we're up to. There'll be a bit more progress next video, but at least we've got some type of frame now. And great, thanks.